Hello, this is wmpyr back again with the second part of the Lapu Corto knife video. I'm going to show you how to use the Lapu Corto this time in the closed position. So in the last video it was the knife, and in this version it's the closed position. So essentially you're getting two tools for the price of one, so that's pretty cool. In the closed position it can be used as a non-lethal impact tool. So it's pretty much like this guy right here, a Kubotan, right? Obviously, it's like a Kubotan on steroids because it's bigger, it's wider, and there's a whole bunch of extra features on here, which we'll go into a quick comparison right now. So, okay, so with the Kubotan, the hammer fist strike is the most obvious striking method right there. So, boom, this kind of striking. And obviously the same thing can be done with the Lapu Corto knife. Boom. Same exact thing. The pommel right here on the new versions have just, it's been reinforced with just a chunk of steel put in there. So it's there to make that striking much more powerful, but also at the same time, it balances out the knife better. So now another thing that you can do is you can hook this way for like trapping type techniques. And the exact same thing can be done with the Lapu Corto as well. So you can hook, you can pin for trapping type techniques, trapping the limbs, right? Alright, so the next thing is with the top part, this top part of the Kubotan, it is possible to strike this way as well. Not as common as the hammer fist, but it is there available for you to do. The exact same thing can be done with the Lapu Corto, the LLC knife as well. Boom. That's a nice wide area for you to strike with on the top of the knife. Now, the Kubotan can also be used like if the bad guy is choking me. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put the Kubotan right on their wrist, and with both hands, I could put a tremendous amount of leverage and pressure, causing a lot of pain on their wrist, right on the bone. Just do that and pin their hand right onto me and cause a lot of pain that way. Okay, the same thing can also be done with the Lapu Corto knife. So right here, if they're choking me, I just grab this and then I can just pin this right here and cause a tremendous amount of pain and dig this in right onto the bony area of their wrist. Alright, so the Kubotan also is specifically designed to be a keychain where you attach your keys, and you could use that as a flail as well. With the LLC knife, you can put your keys on there because there's a very generous functional lanyard hole on here. But, you know, I don't do it. I don't think it's necessary. Now, going on, the two major differences here, just on the actual body itself compared to the Kubotan, is that the horns, the back part right here, different from the top right here, the back, this can be used for striking, it could be used for trapping, and it could be used for scraping, which out of the three is my favorite because it is brutal. When you scrape with the horns, it's very, very brutal, and so yeah, I like that a lot. Now, moving on, we're going to go into the most prominent feature, which is the ramp. Okay, the ramp itself can be used for striking. Boom, boom, boom. So you could do hammer strikes with it. So just think of it as a mini war hammer. The ramp is also useful for opening and transitioning to the knife. The Kubotan, this one, not all Kubotans, but this one just happens to have a knife inside actually, but you have to unscrew it and then screw it back on, so it does take some time. With the Lapu Corto knife, it has very, very clever way to deploy the blade, which is very instantaneous. And that is the kinetic opening, which is done by hooking and pulling like so. And you're not limited to your pants pocket. Pretty much anything that you think you could hook and pull off of, you probably can. So, you know, that's one thing to practice and enjoy the knife as well. Now, other than striking, of course, you could scrape with the ramp as well. And believe me, the scraping techniques that you could do with the LLC knife, I really, really like that. The teeth, there's a lot of small teeth on the liner area that protrudes. Let's see if you guys can see some of that, like all around there. There's small teeth. That's there for gripping. It grips back, but also not just for you, but you could also grip onto limbs and stuff, and also causing pain. You can, if you scrape with it, you are going to cause some pain and get some DNA there. But now let's go back to the ramp. Other than striking and scraping, it could also be used for hooking and trapping type motions as well. And if I am going for like a joint lock or something like that, this can be used to help me get a lot of leverage. So essentially, pretty much any technique that I'm doing, it's going to enhance it. So even if you don't do martial arts, let's say you're just a brawler or something, and even if you don't hit with the LLC and you just hit with your fist, just the weight of the knife itself, it's giving you a fist load. So it's going to give you a little bit more power. But if you do know martial arts, or if you do have some techniques at your disposal, it's definitely going to enhance them. So if you are going for some kind of lock right here, instead of just pushing down with your hand, you could push down using the knife, giving you more leverage and causing some distracting pain on top of the pain that you're going for on the actual joint itself. And one of my favorite moves that you could do with the Lapu-Lapu Corto knife is the finger lock. The amount of pain that you can cause with a finger lock is tremendous, and it's not really difficult to do. All you have to do is basically catch one of their fingers. Okay, so you're gripping their finger with all of your hand and your thumb. Just boom, just grab a hold of it, and then pretty much it doesn't even matter where exactly their finger's located compared to the knife, but you're going to press down and apply leverage using the ramp or any other part of the knife, okay? And as you do that, you're going to notice that the fingers, they're going to be squirming and trying to get out of there, and they're going to be moving around, but then there's areas where it starts to get stiff and they can't move. And that's pretty much the area where you want to apply pressure, right? So if they actually, it's difficult for them to keep their fingers straight, okay? Especially when you are just grabbing a hold like this and holding on tight. I can already feel discomfort just from that alone. But with the adrenaline and stuff, that's not going to be enough. So from there, you start going against the joint. And of course, you can't just go straight against the joint, try to bending their fingers this way, okay? But when you also apply like sideways pressure and stuff, then it starts to, you're adding multiple points of pressure onto their finger. And like I said, they're probably not going to keep their finger straight. So when they bend it, now, if they bend their finger, you're getting leverage to turn the finger in other directions. It's not going anywhere. So that combined with, multiple ways of adding pressure using leverage from the knife, it causes multiple symphony of pain. So it is a tremendous move. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.